Hello everybody, this is Richard Peacock with GetFlightPath.com, and today I'd like to show you a demonstration of the student's view of FlightPath to kind of give you an idea of what it will look like when a student logs in, a typical student. So we're going to use our test student, John Doe, from the live demonstration just to kind of give us a starting point. So we log in as him. Okay, and as you can see, the first thing we see when we log in is the main tab. Have announcements over here. We have some tools like a course search and a blank degree plan search. We'll look at those in a different video. But let's go first straight to the view tab. This is the primary thing that students will be interacting with. And what we see when it loads is we see the student's degree plan. So we have the number of hours they have completed in their degree, progress in degree, major courses, core courses. And then down here in this section, we see the actual courses themselves. Now notice that they're color-coded. Courses in blue means that the student has completed that course successfully and has earned a grade. And courses in green mean that the student is still actually enrolled in the course. The other types of courses that we see are the ones in black, and they're the ones that the student has yet to complete, courses like these right here. Now another interesting thing to see is these elective groups, where it says click to select hours. In this case, this would be core humanities, and this is core social sciences. And when we click it, what we get, if I can get the thing, there we go. What we get is a little pop-up window, which shows us exactly which courses we have available to select from this list. In this case, we only have 3 hours, so the student can see what their choices are. And if they click it, they can get a little course description. And that's actually true of all of these courses. If you click them, you'll get course descriptions. Something else to kind of show you, to point out on this page, if we scroll down a little bit, we see these courses with these checkboxes. That's from a previous advising session where an advisor has advised the student to take those courses. So this is how a student would log back in later on to see what the advisor told them to take. Also to point out, here are excess credits, and here are credits that don't exactly fit into the degree plan. Now 2 of these, they was because they made an unsatisfactory grade or they withdrew. But like this one, this finance course, they made a B in it, which is fine, but it doesn't actually fit into the degree plan, so it winds up in excess. And that's something that the advisor will be able to use later on to make substitutions, for example, which we'll show in a different video. So one other kind of neat thing to point out is right up here, we're currently viewing the default view, which is display by year. Instead, we could choose display by type. I'll go ahead and click that. And when the page reloads, we see that now the courses are no longer organized by freshman year and sophomore year, but are instead core requirements, major requirements, and so on. And we see them broken down that way. And in some ways, this view might be more useful to people like advisors, for example, that would rather see the courses categorized in this way. So I tell you what, let's move on to the comment tab. This is where advisors are able to leave comments for students, and incidentally where advisors can leave comments for other advisors. And again, we'll show that in the advisor video. So here we see a public comment made by our made-up advisor, Samantha Peterson, and it's just a test comment. And of course, public means that the students would be able to see it. The history tab shows sort of a summary of what's been going on this student's account. We see their advising history, which is really short because this is just a demonstration, and the comment history. And if we click the advising history, we see what the advisor most recently told the student to take. Now, it's in a printable view, so that if you want, you can print it out. And at the University of Louisiana at Monroe, we had advisors and students both sign this copy, and then it got filed in a filing cabinet, just as a little added extra proof that the advising took place and when it took place, and that everybody agreed to it at that time. So I'm going to take you now to the What If tab, and this is kind of the fun tab that everybody likes. This allows a student or an advisor to see how those students' credits will fit into a different major. So this student is computer science, but let's switch him to a different major, for example, mathematics, so we can see how he would do there. And when the page reloads, we see how the student's credits now fit in. And actually, we see that he does a little bit better by switching to mathematics at this point. He has more of his degree complete, for example. And let me switch back to display by year. Okay. And like I said, we can now see how his credits fit into the mathematics requirements. And that is about it for the student demonstration for FlightPath. Thanks again. My name is Richard Peacock one more time, and thank you very much for listening.